I'm Stefan Holt, and this is News 4 Now for Monday, December 10th. Welcome. First, we're going to talk about the weather. We've got below average temperatures tonight, and then tomorrow it's going to stay cold with highs only reaching in the 30s. Let's turn out to the news and a video of police trying to pull a one-year-old boy from his mother's arms. The footage is hard to watch, and it has sparked a lot of outrage. You can see NYPD officers wrestling with Jasmine Headley at the Human Resources Administration's office in Boerum Hill, Brooklyn. This all happened after she was told she couldn't sit on the floor while waiting for hours in line to get services for her family. Headley was arrested on multiple charges, including resisting arrest. The NYPD says it's now reviewing the case. Local officials and her family are calling for the charges to be dropped.
I can't believe NYPD in reference to how they handled the force of what they did to grab my grandson like that. On
Staten Island, a man is dead and an NYPD officer is in serious condition after a standoff last night. It happened during a domestic violence call in Shore Acres. Police say the man lunged at officers with a 10-inch blade while yelling, "Shoot me." The officers tried to take the man down with a stun gun. When that didn't work, officers opened fire. One officer was accidentally shot by another officer. He's expected to survive. Just a heartbreaking story to tell you about on Long Island. A 3-year-old girl is put down for a nap at daycare, but never wakes up. Isabella Hagenlocker passed away this morning, 3 days after workers at the Grace Lutheran Church and School found her unresponsive. A relative tells us that Isabella had no known medical issues. Her death is still a mystery. Other parents at the daycare are shocked by the news.
My heart goes out to them. It's a very sad event, and it's horrible.
A crew member for the popular TV drama Power died while prepping for a shoot in Brooklyn this morning. Police say Pedro Jimenez was hit by an SUV earlier while setting out cones on Douglas Street in Cobble Hill. The driver of that SUV stayed at the scene. Rapper 50 Cent, the star of the show, offering prayers and condolences to Jimenez's family. And finally, the fearless girl is now in her new home, staring down the New York Stock Exchange.
Welcome to the neighborhood, fearless girl.
The 4-foot-tall bronze statue was unveiled in her permanent home this morning. She spent more than a year facing off against the charging bull on Broadway with a message to draw attention to the role of women in corporate America. The company that brought her to Wall Street says more than 300 companies have added women to their boards since her installation. And that's all for News 4 Now. Stick around after this for more on that video of officers trying to pull a toddler from his mother's arms in Brooklyn. I'm Stefan Holt. Thanks for checking in.
Good evening. First and foremost, we can tell you that little boy is doing okay. He's home here safe and sound. We saw him just a little while ago. Talked to his grandmother as well, but his mom is still behind bars, and her family calls that an injustice. A 1-year-old boy yanked from his mom's arms by NYPD officers. It happened when police were called to the Human Resources Administration office in Boerum Hill, Brooklyn, Friday, because workers say 23-year-old Jasmine Headley refused to get up from sitting on the ground while waiting 4 hours to get daycare help.
I couldn't believe it. He was a rag doll.
That little boy, Damone, is now safe with his grandmother, sound asleep in their Bedford-Stuyvesant apartment, where preparations are well underway for Christmas.
I don't know what they was thinking. I don't know what type of training you call that. You know, that was like really a lot of force.
I have been in here. I know exactly what she was talking about when she said you walk in and you can't sit.
Deidre Cheatham used to rely on the HRA office on Bergen Street for assistance before landing a job with the city, and she joins those asking questions about the behavior of staff here and the officers' conduct.
It wouldn't have been so hard to say, hey guys, get up, give this lady a seat.
Headley's now in custody at Rikers due to an unrelated warrant case out of New Jersey, but she also faces multiple new charges, including trespassing and resisting arrest.
They continued and continued and continued to take that baby, and it was a violent encounter where the child was being used as a pawn.
Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams wants the charges dropped and a full investigation into what happened, including claims by witnesses that one of the officers pulled out a taser during the chaos.
And pointed at the child as well and children who were there as well.
A spokesperson for the officers union says they didn't create the dispute at the HRA office. As always, they were called in to deal with the inevitable fallout when the rest of our city government fails in its task. The event would have unfolded much differently if those at the scene had simply complied with the officers' lawful orders. And we learned just as we went on the air here tonight that those officers have now been placed on modified duty. The NYPD promising a full investigation, calling that video troubling. We're live from Brooklyn tonight. I'm Gus Rosendale, News 4 New York.